absurd.
Estoy equivocado.
No?
Porque si haces 8 años que eso está ahí, ¿quién dejó de hacer?
Mm-hmm.
Juan, are we good to go, or
Yes, sir. Ready when you are.
we don't need IT to be recording, whatever they do? I'm just saying, I don't see anything on the screen, I don't know if we need to wait for that.
I'm sorry?
I don't see anything on the screen, I don't know if you want me to wait for that.
No, we don't usually put that live over the,
Okay.
it's just being recorded.
Sounds good to me. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the regularly scheduled meeting of the City of West Miami Planning and Zoning Board. Today is July 25th, 2023. My name is Gustavo Ceballos, and I am joined by Eugenio Gonzalez to my left, to my right, Diana Rio, and Alvaro Laurido. We'll go ahead and start with the first item of the agenda, old
Would you,
business, approval of the minutes.
Let me swear the witness.
Oh, please feel free.
Will you raise your hand and repeat after me? I do solemnly swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
I do solemnly swear to tell the truth, nothing but the truth, and
Thank you, sir.
First item on your docket this evening, or on your agenda this evening, is approval of minutes from June 27th, 2023.
I make a motion to approve those minutes.
I second the motion.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. And go ahead and move to the next item.
Yes, next item is new business, variance hearing agenda. Item number 1, property address 5871 Southwest 13th Street. David Monar Quinones and Jamie S. Chow. Applicant is requesting a variance to build a swimming pool in the backyard within 5 feet of the rear property line, where 10 is required by zoning ordinance 282 to the inside wall of the pool. The property is normal shape with a shaped lot, and the applicants are requesting a normal pool. The lot is 6,400 square feet, standard rear yard.
Sir?
Your name and address for the record, sir.
Yes, sir. Hi, good evening. I am David Monar Quinones, 5871 Southwest 13th Street. I just say good evening. Again, members of the board, Mr. Pena, Mr. Villalobos, thank you for having me here this evening. I'm here before you today because we have a very small buildable area left in the lot, so that being one of the reasons. We tried a number of iterations to make this work, and given that we realized that we had to work with what we had. So I want to make 2 points. The first one being, if you look at the side setbacks, we're trying to work with that. We're providing more than required when it comes to that. 15 feet on to one side, over 22 to the right. Nonetheless, we realized that our constraint is that depth, and in looking at that, the only way we could really make it work would be by establishing that relationship of 5 feet to the rear property line. And so that will leave us with that 5-foot setback for you to consider today in this hearing. The other one being that this is a smaller than a standard pool. Standard is a definition that is obviously personal, I guess, but this being at like 8 feet is already like smaller than the norm. So again, we're trying to really work with the code, being very conscious and realizing that we cannot have everything we want, right? So we made some concessions, and we're trying to like find that middle point between what the variance would allow and our needs. I'm happy to answer any questions that you might have today.
For the record, we notified 500 radius feet around the property.
Okay.
Anybody have any questions? I see nobody else in the audience, so there is no public comment. Anybody have any comments or questions for the applicant?
I do. So I'm looking at the property appraiser's website, and I see that what you're showing here on the survey is what is there now. So there's no additions to this house.
No, this has been
At this
there
time,
was a
this
legal
is how it is.
right. There was a legal addition done in 2019, and it was like everything has been permitted through the city of West Miami.
illegal additions in the back?
No, we don't have anything.
Oh,
We're
okay.
very mindful of the code.
Okay.
Any renovations I have, Mr. Pena can attest that I always come to the city, and for like interior renovations, anything, it's been on record.
Oh, no, I apologize. I thought I heard illegal additions.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so, and these, steps are already on there as well, right? The steps
Right,
to the back?
those are existing, those were inherited, and that is something that, that would be that could be a point, like, do we wanna really demo the steps? We're already like, our hands are getting tied when it comes to the budget, so, that was something that we inherited and we're trying to keep as an existing condition. Yeah,
How much space is there between the swimming pool and the fence?
I believe, so while most properties, have a 2'6" easement, our current survey shows that we have a little more than that, so we have a 3'5" beyond the fence. So I guess the difference between 5 feet would be that relationship between the fence and the pool. But if we were to rebuild that fence, I believe that we could push that further out. We're not going there yet, and that's why I'm just only showing that dimension of 5 feet.
Okay. Any other comments or questions?
Is that fence going to be demolished, the chain link fence?
In the future, yes, and at that point, probably it goes to the right place, through the city of West Miami and a proper application and.
Okay,
forth.
so this rear property line is including the 2'6"?
Yes.
It does, okay.
If we have no further comments, I'll entertain a motion.
I'll make a motion to approve, the variance as, presented to us.
I second that.
Can we get a roll call?
Mr. Laurido,
Yes?
Ms. Rio,
Yes.
Mr. Gonzalez,
Yes.
and Mr. Ceballos.
Yes.
Item passes 4-0.
Thank you. Thank you.
Have anything else?
That's the only item on your agenda tonight.
Okay, I just had a question for the board. I don't know, I guess I didn't think about it when we were amending the code to increase the size of the hedges in the backyards. I don't know the board's appetite. But I was thinking about the other day, most of the homes in the city that were built in the 40s are elevated from ground level, so not at grade. They are about, from my house, at least my house is 2 feet higher than grade.
Mine also did.
Yeah,
Mine
most,
also.
almost all of it. And I don't know about you, I don't know about any of you, but when I'm in my backyard, I see right over all the fences. And
That's
when-
true.
if your neighbor is not a nice neighbor or doesn't have a nice, I look to my back and the backyard is a disaster. I look to the west or the east, it's a disaster. Has this board ever considered, or are they opposed to changing the code from 6 feet to 8 feet to compensate for that 2-foot gap?
I am not opposed to that.
No opinion? Okay, so if the board will allow me, I think if Mr. Peña would like, I'd like to make a recommendation, or would you like a motion, or can I just prepare the legislation and bring it before the board?
I got a question. Those
no.
three houses are 2 feet up.
You could,
Because on 19th Street
Okay.
and 20th, I think, they're all flat. That's why we used to have, in the 70s, floods all over the place.
I'm sorry, I couldn't hear you, sir.
Okay, back in the 70s, 80s, 19th Street, and I think 18 and 20, all the way down to 21st on our side, they're not above the ground, 2 feet above the ground, the houses.
No, they're on slab, but most of those, most of that area, because I own the house there at in that area, are bermed up 2 feet, 2.5 feet before the slab on grade. So it's the same, basically the same as having a crawl space.
Okay.
I would even like to add that if we can, I don't know if we all want to do it, to add the interior side setbacks to allow for a higher hedge also. It affords privacy And also, if it's something unsightly and you're, you know, in your pool or people looking into you, I, for one, don't have a hedge in my backyard, but my other neighbor does. And it's, I don't wanna say how tall, but it's tall. I love it. I love it because it
The
hinders
maintenance,
the,
the maintenance is theirs and you get the
the
privacy.
view, I mean, the people from the apartments across from 8th Street can look directly into my backyard. I mean, I have teenagers, they go in the pool, they, you know, I don't want people looking at them.
Correct.
And it's, you know, it's just for my privacy.
No, that's actually my major,
So
my
it's-
major concern.
It's something that I wouldn't mind on the interior sides to have a taller hedge.
Oh,
I would
other-
go for that.
Other municipalities don't even control if it's a
Right.
vegetation, you can do whatever you want.
Right.
There's no limit on it. But I
Right.
think there has to be a limit for a solid wall, you know.
I agree,
Um,
I agree.
But I agree with you. I have the same concern. I was thinking, my wife and I, over this past couple weeks over the heat, we're thinking about building a small pool. And my biggest concern is privacy for
Yeah.
the girls.
Yeah.
Okay. Mr. Peña, is that something that you,
You provide us draft language and
I
then
can
what
prepare-
we will,
I can prepare that for you. Okay. I don't think we need to make a motion or anything,
No, sir.
so, okay. If I hear nothing else, we'll go ahead and adjourn. Thank you. Have a good
Thank
night.
you.
Motion to adjourn.
Thank you. Thank you.
That was fast.
That was quick. I expected it to be quick.